event that is coming and the impact it will have. My claim is that these events have been prophesied all the way back in our ancestry and translated or transliterated into the Bible. Okay, so I'm going to take you there right now. First, let's go to Job. We're going to go to Job 2nd chapter. I'm going to read really quickly Job 2nd chapter. I'm going to start with the verse that actually says what's about to happen. Then I'll go back and read down so that you can have a firm context on exactly what's happening and the fact that everything this text is saying is actually unfolding in front of our eyes. This is why it's important, family, that you start to realize again what these texts are, that they are holding your ancestry and your divinity at the same time. Check this out. It says in Job 2:31, the sun will be turned to darkness. Everybody stay with me. It says the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of, I'm paraphrasing this, of Yah. Understand, does that not sound like an eclipse to you? It says that the sun, see, it didn't say that the sun would set. It didn't say the sun would set. It said the sun would be turned to darkness. This is giving you a poetic interpretation of what we call today an eclipse. And it says the moon will be turned to blood. This is when there's the eclipse of the sun, right? The eclipse that we just experienced on Monday, March 25th. This literal text is talking about this very moment. It says that the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon will be turned to blood. This is talking about the eclipse that we are experiencing at this very moment. Now, let me go back, okay? Oh, let me give you one more, because that was the Old Testament, okay, or the Torah. New Testament. This is Acts chapter 2, verse 20. It says the same exact thing. It says, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood. So it's both in the Old Testament and in the New Testament that the very events that are happening at this moment have been prophesied thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, this moment was foresaw by our ancestors, which is why I always tell us, family, that your ancestry births your spirituality. Your spirituality births your morality. Your morality births your authority, and your authority equals your power. So understand that this was prophesied thousands of years ago in the text, both in the New Testament and in the Old Testament. It says that the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon will be turned to blood. Now, stay with me. This is very important. Now, let me give you more context of what it says exactly will be happening at the time in which this happens. But before I do that, let me give you one more. Let me give you this, because in the religious world and institutions, they have shunned the practice of the divination practice of astrology or understanding of the signs of the stars. But I'm going to go to the text right now, and I'm going to back up the fact that of what that text says. I'm going to go to Genesis 1:14. This is the King James Version for those that want to go look it up. It says this. It says, and God said, let there be lights. That means stars. Let there be lights in the firmament. For another word for firmament is dome. Let there be, or the heavens. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens, is what it says, to divide the day from night. And it says, and let them be for signs. Let them be for signs. And then it says, and for seasons, days, and years. So you see there that when you get closer to the transliteration,